people come to Chels all the time, I know. No, it's what's Carlson? I always want to say, yeah, I always want to say Carew. Feeling good? Okay.
Welcome, everybody. Howdy, Jane.
That's this is going over to the other side. So be careful what I say. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Where's Demetra?
Oh, she's not going to be here.
Oh, okay.
So, welcome, everybody. I'm Bill Dickinson. I'm chair of the Community Connections Group. I'll start over again. Microphone doesn't work. I can talk about that. Welcome, everybody. I'm Bill Dickinson, chair of the Community Connections Group. I want to say that we're really happy to be back at East for our second in-person Connections meeting. Yay, right. Before we introduce our wonderful speaker today, I just remind you that next month we have our meeting at Oaknall West, and it's on May 12th at 3 o'clock, and it'll be Steve Rowe, Tony Rowe, talking about transportation issues. But that'll be live streamed from here to or from west to here. So you can ask questions and you'll get invitations in the box like we've done before. So before any other ado, I really want to introduce our wonderful guest who's been a 20-year veteran of Oaknall, beloved by everybody, Laura O'Connor.
Thanks, Bill. Am I on? Okay. So as Bill said, I'm Laura, and I've been here 20 years. I started when I was in the 5th grade. And I've loved every minute of it. I love working at Oaknall. I am very happy for my job, and it's a pleasure to work with all of you every single day. And I'm remembering all of your names. I got them all with a little help. So today, Demetra Mihalopoulos, my partner in crime, she's not able to attend because she is in a training for diabetes education. My other partner in crime as an intern, Lindsay Moore, and most of you probably know her, she is on her way. So she'll be over here soon. When she gets here, she gets here. So we'll kind of introduce her when she's here and kind of let her fill in and talk about whatever she wants to talk about. I feel like I'm not on. Am I on? Oh, you guys, this is for the video, not for you. Got it. Okay, now I understand. Okay. I can speak up. I am good at speaking up. So, okay, so before I'm going to go through all of our wellness staff, just so you guys have an idea. Most of our wellness staff is on, it's not on that sheet I gave you though, it's on the app. So there's a lot of us. So Demetra, who I just spoke about, Demetra's been at Oaknall, I think 13 or 14 years. She came in as a volunteer, she worked part-time for me, and then the day I went into labor, she became a full-time employee. Lindsay Moore, who will be here soon, she's my intern, so she came to us from the University of Iowa, and her last internship day is next Friday. So, but she's interviewing for a job at Oaknall, so hopefully everything will align and she will be an Oaknall employee, but we don't know that quite yet. Lisa DeShano, some of you know Lisa. How many of you know Lisa? Because you come to yoga and bar. Yep. Lisa is this tiny little ball of fire. She teaches yoga, Pilates, and barre. So barre is B-A-R-R-E, not bar, which might be a more popular class. And Lisa has been coming to Oak Knoll, I think she said 12 years. So even though she's a contracted person, her full-time gig is she designs playgrounds, and she travels all over the United States and builds playgrounds. She designs them, and then she goes out there with her hammers, and she actually helps build them. Claire Hugelot is another yoga instructor. She's a little bit newer. She came on as Lisa's sub, so whenever Lisa was traveling, we brought Claire in, and now Claire teaches a class. If you look on your schedule, that Tuesday at 11 a.m. yoga class, that's with Claire. Sue Carter, some of you know Sue Carter. Sue Carter has also been coming to Oak Knoll, I've got to say, 5 years at least. And she teaches the Tuesday, Thursday aqua size class. Joe Benda is a Tai Chi instructor, and Joe Benda is a resident. So some of you know Joe. She teaches Tai Chi at the main campus. Mondays at 9:30, I believe, is the right time. And then I'm almost done. Hillary Granfield is our Be Moved instructor, and she teaches at the main campus on Wednesdays at 2 o'clock. Have any of you been to Be Moved? Mary Lee has. Oh, good. There's been a handful of you. And you guys Zoom it over here. No, they don't do it anymore. She can't Zoom it from over there because of the music. Yeah, we'll work on getting it over here, too. She won't teach on carpet. That's one of our things, yeah. And then last but not least is Christy Pomerantz. Christy is also an Oak Knoll employee. She works in dining services in the Hope Dining Room in our health center and assisted living area. And she teaches the early morning 6:30 a.m. aqua size class. So that's our wellness staff. Those are all of our instructors, and they've all been vaccinated. Nope, you go ahead and jump in with any questions anytime.
All right, what does Demetra teach these days?
Demetra, what does Demetra teach? Thank you for saying that. I was going to talk about that. Demetra Mihalopoulos. Say that 5 times fast. Demetra primarily teaches in assisted living. So when the pandemic hit, the staff, we could not cross areas. So I couldn't go to independent living and go to assisted living. So Demetra went primarily to assisted living, and that's the only place she went for when she came to work. And while she was there, we had to teach multiple classes, as some of you remember, because we could only have 8 people in class, so we did like 5 classes in a row. So Demetra did that in assisted living. And then because assisted living was kind of locked down for such a long time, she took an old apartment and she made it into a fitness center just for assisted living and a salon, so that they would have their own services there. And then since then, she's slowly breaking out. Now that we can all cross paths and go to different levels of care, she's starting to come back to me. But that's her primary responsibility, and that's why a lot of you haven't met Demetra. But she's great, and they used to call her the dominatrix because she taught this boot camp class, and she laid down the law. So when she brings back that boot camp class, you guys might want to sign up or not. Weirdly enough, I'm in charge of the salon. Go figure. Does anybody have a guess why I am in charge of the salon? No, because it's across the hall. So it's across the hall from me, so that's why I'm in charge of the salon. Diane Ely, who was Human Resources, was in charge of the salon beforehand, and when we moved to George Street and they put it across the hall from me, I became in charge of the salon. So what do I do? Nothing. Nothing at all. But we have I'm going to go through the staff at the salon. Again, all of these staff are vaccinated. Kate Troyer and Kathy Miller. Kate Troyer is our full-time stylist, and Kathy Miller is our part-time stylist. Kathy works primarily in the health center, and she also comes to independent living to do hair. Kate primarily works in independent living. And then we have massage therapy. We have 2 young women who come in for massage therapy, Kelsey Holton and Abby Schneider, both vaccinated, both licensed massage therapists. We have Tracy Davis, and some of you will meet Tracy this Friday because Tracy's going to come here and do free reflexology. Did you guys know that? Yes. Good. So you can sign up for a complimentary session of reflexology, which she works on feet primarily. I had it done once before she came to Oaknall. I had to go to her and have a session done to make sure she was okay. It's a tough job. I had an hour session of reflexology, and I remember the first 10 minutes, and then I was slept the whole rest of the way. So, Tracy Davis. V. Tron, she does our nails. So she works in our salon. She does our nails. She comes almost every day. She's totally booked. When the pandemic hit and we couldn't bring people in, the number one complaint was, where is V? Why can't we have V come in and do our nails? That was the biggest issue. Hair was okay, but oh my gosh, getting our nails done, that was a big deal. So V is very popular. So, and here's my partner in crime now. Here's Lindsay. So everybody say hi to Lindsay Moore. She's my intern this year. And Lindsay's approaching the end of her internship, and she will graduate May 10th? 16th. Okay, I'm a week ahead. And you get to have an actual ceremony. So, okay. I've talked about all of our staff, which was kind of boring, but now you know all of the people that work at Oaknall and what their roles are. A lot of that information you can find on the app. I know that's not the only way to find out about it, but it's the quickest way. It's right there in your hand, and you can grab it anytime you'd like. So I'm going to go to the salon first just to talk about the things that are available to you in the salon. You can get your hair done. You can get your perms, you can get your haircuts, you can get your colors, all of that stuff. So you can go to the salon for any of that. There are people from the east side that are coming over to Kate. Lucille, you've come on over, and have you been over there? Scott, oh yeah, you've been over there before. So the salon, everything in the salon is a separate payment. So when you do have something done in the salon, you pay for it. They charge it to your Oaknall bill. Generally, that's what people want. So you get your haircut, whatever it is, Kate just puts it on your Oaknall bill. They do beard trims, eyebrow waxes, and Kate made sure that she knew you could get perms, cuts, colors, beard trims, and eyebrow wax. Any of us who are full-time, or not full-time, any of us who are Oaknall employees, we cannot take your money. We cannot receive tips. We cannot take gifts. So Kate and Kathy cannot take tips when they cut your hair. Okay? They cannot. Don't try. They'll have to deny you. Okay? But then all of the other people that are contracted people, the massage therapists, the reflexologists, the nail tech, those people are contracted from the outside. So we don't pay them. They charge you, Oaknall charges it to your bill, and then we give V the money. But Oaknall is not paying them. They can receive tips. You can give them a cash tip. You can say, I want to add $10 to my tip, and they'll put it on your Oaknall bill. So you can give a tip for massage therapy, reflexology, and your nails. You don't have to, but you can. Nail services include manicures, pedicures, and all of the other things that go along with that, whether you're doing gel or dip or anybody else know nail stuff. So you can get all that done. And V is the best person in all of Iowa City. I've known V since she was 18 years old, and I lost track of her kind of in the middle. And then Sue Strauss wanted her nails done at Oaknall, and I said, I don't know anybody who could come in. She says, I do. Let's call V. And then Sue Strauss, we got V back. So V is the best person in Iowa City. Massage services include table massages or chair massages. They're scheduled in 30 to 60-minute increments, and they're charged out at $1 per hour. So 30-minute massage, $30. An hour massage, $60. Some people, they do 15 minutes, but it's really hard to get the clients turned over fast enough in that 15 minutes, so we try to stick with the 30-minute. And I know, Scott, you can testify to getting a good massage at Oaknall, right? It's fantastic. Both of them are great. Again, you can put that on your Oaknall bill, and you can tip massage therapy. And I want you to know that at $1 an hour, that is a steal. $1 a minute, $1 an hour would be a real steal. Sign me up. Yeah. $1 a minute. I think the going rate down at Twin Image is like $80 for a massage. I've seen it up to $85 for a 1 hour massage. So, but it's a great deal. And you're right downstairs if you're at the main campus, or you can just come on over if you're over here. And we do have a massage table here. Has anybody got a massage here at this? Yeah, that works great. So that we have an apartment available, and we have a table in there, so you can actually get your massage right here at the East Campus. You don't have to come over there.
It's 130, apartment 130, so third floor, building 1.
So for those of you who are watching me from the main campus, the question was about where the massage therapy is located here at the East Campus. So, and that will be there until somebody buys the apartment or moves in, then we'll have to move it again. So Katie will always know where that is. To make an appointment, you can call me or email me. You can talk to Katie downstairs, or you could call the salon, and we can get you an appointment. And I think I already said this, reflexology services are also $1 a minute. So, do any of you have any questions about the salon? Okay, good. I talked about massage therapy, and a lot of times at Oaknall, people get that confused with physical therapy. So massage therapy and physical therapy are two very different things. Massage therapy is usually not paid for by insurance. They are both licensed professions. Physical therapy, we have that at Oaknall. Millennium Therapy. Millennium has been coming to Oaknall since I've been here, so we've had them at least 20 years and probably longer. We do not pay, they are contracted out. So physical therapy, they are contracted out. Oaknall pays Millennium, and they provide physical therapy for all of you. You need to have a doctor's order to get physical therapy. So you don't have to go to the doctor. Sometimes you can call your physician, and he or she will fax over an order to Oaknall. That service is only provided at the main campus on the first floor by the short stay, right? Yeah. Have any of you used physical therapy? Not yet. Yeah, okay, yeah. So okay, yep, they're very good. They like I said, they run their own business at Oaknall, but it's definitely not massage therapy. Those are two separate things. Again, Bill, what'd you say? You don't tip physical therapy. No, they're medical providers. Yeah. So I always want to make sure people know the difference between physical therapy and massage therapy. They do get sometimes confused, and it's an easy thing to confuse. Okay, now we'll move on to the wellness and fitness stuff. This stuff I know about. So the salon stuff was a little sketchy. The wellness and fitness services, these services are all included in your monthly fee. You're not paying extra to come to class. You're not paying us to teach you how to use the fitness machines. You're not paying us, we're getting paid by Oaknall. You're not going to pay us privately. We can help you with orientations on the equipment, as I've done for some people here already downstairs in the fitness room, or over at the One Up, or at the main campus. So that's our job. So a lot of people will say, oh, I don't want to bother you. No, that's my job. I'm glad that you're coming in and asking for help. We can help you learn how to use it. We can help set you up on a program, and then we can help monitor you as you progress. So that's what we do. So Demetra is very, very good at the one-on-one training. In fact, when she came to Oaknall, she came from Core Fitness as the head trainer, and then I stole her. So I'm good. She's really good at the personal training. She will have you doing some crazy things and getting you fit. She used to be a bodybuilder. You should ask, if you ever meet Demetra, ask to see her picture. Have you seen it, Lindsay? Anne's seen it, yeah. She used to be a little bodybuilder. So that's one of the things that we do. We love doing it. Please ask us for help. That's what we're here for. And then, as you know, all of our fitness classes. So I'm going to get my schedule here. So I should have printed this in color. You can get this on the app. You can get this at the front desk. And it's also in your Acorns. So it's in lots of different places. And when it's in color, it's very pretty. I always say we have, I used to say we had Aquasize to Zumba. We don't have Zumba right now, but we'll hopefully get Zumba back. So as you can see, that early morning, 6:30 a.m. or 8 a.m., that's our Aquasize classes. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we have a 6:30 a.m. class. Tuesday, Thursday, we have an 8 o'clock Aquasize class. It's in the pool. It's over there. I was thinking a nice outside pool right here, right in between these buildings would be very nice. That's right. There you go. Dual purpose. Most of you know me because I teach toes. So not Jackie, not Ann. Does anybody know what toes stands for? Not James. Go ahead, Jamie. That's right, the Oaknall Exercise Society. Oh, no, the Oaknall Exercise Society. And TOES started in 1966, right when Oaknall opened. So Frank Snyder, some of you knew Frank, his mom started TOES. So back in the day, when Oaknall first started, a group of residents got together and they just did movement together, and then that evolved, and then they had a couple of instructors come in, and then when I started here 20 years ago, they were listening to an audio tape. So that's how they were doing their exercises. So I would go downstairs, I'd listen to their audio tape, and then after a while, once I got the hang of what they were doing, I began to nudge it a little bit, so we did some different things, and we still call it TOES. You'll notice that at 9:30, it's spelled TOES. But at 10:45, it's spelled TOESS. That's because it's in Spring Street. So it was the easiest way to kind of figure out where the classes would be. On your schedule, the ones with the darker boxes, so you can see where it says OE, and OE fits into TOES too, so that worked out great. So TOES with these darker boxes, those are the classes that are here at the East Campus right now. You can come to any of these classes. You can come across the way and come over there. The folks who are over there can come over here. You guys are one big, giant, happy family, even though proximally you're kind of separated. The other classes that we have, boot camp, which Lindsay's been doing boot camp here, and you can see our posters around the room. So that's kind of you kind of have a time. You do this exercise for a while, then you move over to this exercise, and you move over to that exercise. How many of you come to the boot camp classes? There we go. Good. So that's one of our classes called boot camp. We used to offer a different kind of a style of boot camp down in the fitness room. We had to quit that with the pandemic because we had too many people in the room and it was too hard to clean things in between. But we're hoping to bring that back pretty soon. The other class that I love to teach is called Oak-robics. It's aerobics, but it's Oak-robics. It's fun, it's vigorous, it's fast-moving, and it's for people who feel confident on their feet. So if you use a cane, or you're in a wheelchair, Oak-robics is definitely not the class for you. We've got lots of other classes for you. Oak-robics is for people who feel confident on their feet. And a lot of you have been to Oak-robics, whether over here or at the other campus. I have in here Toes in the Water. That was primarily for residents in assisted living, so we're thinking about bringing that back. We haven't got a final answer on that. And then we have our yoga classes, Pilates classes, and how many of you have gone to yoga and Pilates? How much difference is there? I never can go. Is there a lot of difference between the two formats? Not the way Lisa teaches it, yeah. Yeah. I said she should just call it Yoga Lattes. So anyway, it's a hybrid. She can teach it in the floor, in a chair. She can teach it on the floor. She can modify it for anybody who wants to come to those classes. It's not like going to a gym and turning yourself into a pretzel. Lisa is very well versed in teaching for our population, and she's been doing it for such a long time. And then last but not least is Be Moved. And Be Moved is a dance class. Oh, I forgot about one other class. Be Moved is a dance class. You do have to be confident on your feet, not quite as vigorous as Oak Aerobics, a little more gentle. So in March, about a month ago, right now, I was in Florida, and Lindsay came downstairs for the Thursday Oak Aerobics class, which had been doing boot camp over at the main campus. When she got there, they said, "We want to do Oak Aerobics." And she said, "I don't know how to teach Oak Aerobics." And they said, "Well, that's what we want to do." So Lindsay turned on music, and she started doing line dancing. So they love it. So we've been doing line dancing. So that Thursday at 10:10, where it says Oak Aerobics, we've kind of turned that into line dancing. They love the line dancing. Lindsay's a good line dancer. So that's become a very popular class. We'd like to offer it here too. Here's the thing. We probably should be downstairs in the dining room to do some of these classes because of the floor. So we'll have to see about noise level and moving tables and all of that stuff. The carpet's not necessarily the best thing for these dance style classes. So how do you guys feel about that if we were all line dancing in your dining room? Be okay, not okay? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, and you know, the music, the sound is a big deal in this building. We found that the sound travels so much. So, so you're like, okay, fine, go ahead. Yeah, you bet. On the flip side here is the TV schedule. So let's say you can't come to class that day, or you're just not ready to be in a group of people yet. These are all of the classes on the Oak Knoll TV channel, which is channel 992. Is that the same over here? 992. And over, not at 1UP though. You guys, it's all on the app. If you're at 1UP, it's all on the app. So you can watch your video on your iPad, or if you have Apple TV, you can put it on your TV. It's the same video over and over and over again. So if you like the video, great. If you don't like the video, darn it. The Toes with me, the Toes with Laura on that Monday, Wednesday, well, it's every day, I guess. That's the one with Niall, my son. He was 7 at the time, and he does like the first 10 minutes of class, and then he gets bored and he leaves. So you'll get that same class every single time. It's not me live, it's a pre-recorded class, and same with all of these. So you could do classes with Demetra, with Sarah Neary, who teaches chair yoga, and then also Lisa has 2 of them. She has the Pilates and the yoga. So that's all on your TV. So on Saturday and Sunday, if you want to do Toes on TV, you sure can. But the nice thing is you can do it on your app anytime you want to. So if it's 7 o'clock at night and you want to do chair yoga with Sarah Neary, all you have to do is open your Oak Knoll app, and you can do it right there on your iPad. Does anybody have any questions right now as we go through all the classes? Do any of you have questions about the classes or suggestions for classes? Yes. Do you need a mat for yoga class? You don't. We actually found our mats. They're over there in that back cupboard. So we do have mats here, but if you want to bring your own yoga mat, you sure can. Mm-hmm. We also have blocks and blankets. So what do you guys do with the blankets? Padding. Just padding? Okay. Yeah. So 11 o'clock Ask me the question again.
So we got Monday yoga, Tuesday yoga, Wednesday Pilates, Thursday, Friday, does that continue?
No. So the question is, what's on 11 o'clock on Monday through Friday? So yeah, the Monday at 11, the yoga is here. Tuesday at 11, the yoga is there. Wednesday at 11, Pilates is there. And because Lisa couldn't do 11 on Fridays, she's here Fridays at 9 for bar. So we have that class on Friday over here. But she couldn't do it at 11 on Fridays, so we had to move it to 9 o'clock. Yes?
Do you know what form of Tai Chi that the teacher teaches?
Okay. The question is, what form of Tai Chi does Joe Benda teach? And the answer is, I don't know. I know it's gentle. I'm not well versed in Tai Chi. Do you know different names of styles? And I might... Oh, I don't believe. Yeah, I know that Joe just teaches gentle, be moved. I've seen it, I've participated in it, but I don't know an actual name besides just Tai Chi. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. I talked about Demetra. Oh, the other thing I didn't bring up about Demetra. So at Oaknall, all the employees have a wellness program. So we have an employee wellness program. It's called Team Blue. So we talked about blue zones today, I think, in Toe's class. Iowa City for a while was trying to be a blue zone. Have any of you heard of the blue zones? And anyway, Iowa City never reached that goal, but we named our wellness program Team Blue. We kind of use the blue zones as our format, and so our Oaknall employees can participate in exercise classes or wellness activities here at Oaknall, or they can work with Demetra one-on-one to set up their own goals. For example, maybe they're trying to quit smoking, and Demetra and I will work with them one-on-one if they should like that. And then at the end of the quarter, so we do it by quarter, they can earn points. And then they can earn enough points, and they can buy stuff. So we have prizes for Team Blue. A lot of people buy Fitbit. Some people have bought shoes or Oaknall clothing. Nobody here is wearing an Oaknall shirt, but we have a lot of Oaknall clothing, and so a lot of staff will buy that with their points. And I think we do still have, you can cash in all of your points. It's a large amount for a day off work. So it's an incentive program for the Oaknall employees. Your fearless leader, Steve Cuppy, is a longtime member of Team Blue. Yep. He's been coming to classes for quite some time. So with Team Blue, we offer noon employee exercise classes. We've been doing that at the main campus forever. 15 years probably. And then I just started doing it over here on Thursdays for the employees here. And then Steve Cuppy has been taking them through a class we call 2-minute torture. And you can probably get Steve to do a 2-minute torture class for you. And it's not unlike what you used to do at Oaknall with Demetra, the 2 minutes on the treadmill, 2 minutes on a weight machine. So you do 2 minutes on a cardio machine, you do 2 minutes on a weight machine, and it sounds easy, but 2 minutes on the chest press is evil. So Steve's been taking the people here at this campus through 2-minute torture on Tuesday, and I take them through an exercise class on Thursday. So we've been able to offer more exercise classes for our employees. When we do that, it's practically the same class. When we do it for the residents, we call it boot camp. When we do it for the employees, we call it 2-minute torture. So Demetra is in charge of keeping track of all the points, meeting with all of the staff. In fact, some of the staff came over today, and they have to get weighed in and measured and the whole deal. So she's got it very organized. They just do it online. They weigh in or measure in once a quarter. And then they get some fun prizes. That's like the most of my job. The most of my job is teaching fitness classes and putting together wellness programs for the Oaknall campuses. The rest of my job is totally random. So here's some other things that I've been working on. We're going to have a Drums Alive class. Have any of you taken Drums Alive or Pound? So it's a drumming class. It's also an exercise class. So Megan Ross, who is the music therapist, she's in charge of becoming certified. And once she becomes certified, the people under her, me, Lindsay doesn't know it, but maybe Lindsay, we will be able to teach Drums Alive once she gets certified and can teach it to us. And it's fun. You take one of those big fit balls, you put it on a riser or on a chair like that, and then you beat on it. It's so much fun. It sounds really silly, but it's a lot of fun. So I think you're going to like it. As weird as it sounds, it's so much fun. You get to hold actual drumsticks, and that's what's so much fun about it. You just bang on those drums, and it's a lot of fun. So hopefully in like 2 or 3 months, once Megan gets certified, then she can pass that on to us. Is it loud? Yeah. It's not terribly loud. It's not terribly loud, but you put on music, and then you beat to the music, and dum bum bum, and they teach you a routine, and then they do squats, boom boom boom. I mean, it's good. It's a good exercise, and you can do it seated. You don't have to do it standing. So you could have people seated and people standing in the same class. So hopefully we'll have that maybe by summer. And some of you have already ridden on the Oaknell bikes. Yes? And yes, so we've had a lot of people ride on the Oaknell bikes. That's a fun part of my job. If we ever get a nice day, I don't want to sit in my office. I go out, I get a bike, and I ride around campus and try to get people to go on a bike ride with me. You guys have your own bike here, and I've trained, Lindsay and I have both trained some people on how to use the bike, and we will continue to do so if we ever get nice weather again. It's too cold to go out there today. The Oaknell bikes are tricycles, in case you haven't seen them. So you have a big wheel in the front, the 2 wheels on the side, and it's side by side. So it fits 2 people, but you're not front and back. One person's here, one person's here. This person's the driver. This person is the passenger. It's battery operated, so you pedal. And if you don't have enough power, the battery kind of eases in and helps you up that big hill. Did you make it all the way out to the restaurant out there, Kent? Nope, okay. I didn't know if you made it out that far. Didn't have enough charge, yeah. Yeah. So people always say, how far will it go? I don't know. It depends on how much power you are powering the bike. If you are powering the bike more and the battery has to work less, then you can go longer. But one time I had a resident and her daughter take it out to Coralville, and they lost power. In that big area where those big giant hills in Coralville by the golf course, and they ran out of power. So that was an interesting situation. You can't put that bike in a pickup truck, so it was they had to get the husband to come take mom home, and then the husband and the daughter had to ride that bike with no power to their house so they could plug it in, and so if the bike starts turning orange, you need to go back to Oaknell as soon as you can. It's a fun bike. When we get some nice weather, we will be glad to take you out for a ride or to train you so you can use it on your own. One other thing that I've been doing, except for this last year, Resident Appreciation Week. That's always a fun week in February. We weren't able to do it this year. We're hoping. We thought about doing it like maybe later in the year, or maybe we'll just do it all over again in February. One of the most fun things of Resident Appreciation Week has been the Oaknell talent shows. So you kind of grimaced. Did you not think it was very good? You don't remember it? Oh, yeah. So every now and then, we've done it 3 or 4 times now, we ask the staff who have some special talent to come in, and we do an Oaknell talent show. And it's pretty amazing. We had this one young woman who wanted to dance. She was awesome. I mean, she was fantastic. And then we had Matt Curley. He's not working at Oaknell anymore. He worked here forever. He would play the guitar. And we've had some singers. And back in the day, Pat Hayden and Retha Haas did a baton twirling. So, yeah. It's high caliber entertainment, no doubt about it. So, but in addition to the talent show, we have things like a free lunch from Martin Brothers, they're not our food provider anymore. Performance Foods is now our food provider, but Martin Brothers did provide that. We've had pancake breakfast. We've had donut breakfast. We've had a lot of fun things. So hopefully Resident Appreciation Week will come back in February. I'm on the events planning committee. So all of those fun events I'm involved with at some capacity, whether I'm there doing the event or whether I'm just helping getting it going. We have lots of events that we're working on. Some of the really fun events we've had at Oak Knoll, the Titanic, that 50s hop. Remember that, Jackie? That was fun. The masquerade ball. We should have saved that for this year. Yeah. But we have all these ideas, and we're coming up with them. I hope that we can start getting those in maybe for late this year. Who knows? Camp Courageous. I need to make sure that I tell you about Camp Courageous. Every year, we take Oak Knoll residents to Camp Courageous. It's so much fun. You should sign up to go. We weren't able to go last spring, but we've gone about 5 years in a row. We all go to Camp Courageous. I think we're going out there 3 times this year. Lindsay Reed is in charge of that. I just simply go and do what she tells me. You can zip line, climb the big telephone pole, go on a little train ride, fish. So they have all these activities, and we don't get to choose the activities. We just get there, and they tell us what our activities are. Most of the time, they take us zip lining. So that's fun. It's for every resident. So if you'd like to go, we have 3 dates in May coming up. So be on the lookout for that, and definitely go with us. It's a lot of fun. One of the things that's a tough job for me, but I have to do it every summer, is I take boat rides out on Lake McBride. So we didn't get to do it. No, we did go out a couple times last year. They are only open from Memorial Day to Labor Day. So we go out on Wednesday afternoons. That's the time they give us the boat. We go out for an hour. It takes about 3 hours total by the time we load up the bus, drive out to Lake McBride, go on our boat ride, drive back. Whoops, we went to Dairy Queen, and then come back to Oak Knoll. So we do that every Wednesday. Most of the time we get out on the water. Sometimes we get a storm. One time we got on the boat and they called us off and we had to go back in, and we barely got back in the bus before the rain and the hail hit us. So we do that every Wednesday in the summer. You can sign up with me. I'll have that, as we get closer in May, I'll have that information out. I'm on the safety committee. That's a fun one too. The lunch bunch. We used to do the lunch bunch. We weren't able to do that because of the pandemic, but another tough job is we would go out to different restaurants about once a month? Yeah, one year we did a pizza tour. One year we did a burger tour. We did something else, and I can't remember what it was. So that's something we all go, but Oak Knoll doesn't pay for our meals. We all just go to a restaurant together, and then we pick a winner. And the pizza one was Big Grove, and it turns out the burger one was Big Grove too, the one in Solon. So that's our favorite. A couple other things. I don't know how this happened, but I'm in charge of the food trucks that come to Oak Knoll. I brought a food truck here one time, and everybody thought it was great. So I've been bringing back food trucks, and now I have the Moo Moo's truck, the Moo Moo's ice cream truck. They started coming last summer, and they will be coming over here too. So I'll find out what time they're coming and let all of you know, and they'll play their little music and da-da-da-da-da-da, and then you guys can go out and buy your ice cream. My sister drives the ice cream truck, and I even have driven the ice cream truck a few times. It's a lot of fun. Just go out there and buy your ice cream, and then off they go. We've had the food trucks we've had are Island Vibes, which is fantastic, and now we're having Paco's Tacos come in May. And then today, one of the staff said that their neighbor heard about me bringing food trucks to Oaknall, and they wanted my name because they wanted to come to Oaknall. So as soon as I get that information, we'll have another food truck coming out. So we want to bring them to your campus. Paco's Tacos, they won't come without a minimum $450 order. So I don't know if we'd get $450 from this campus. But the other places haven't required a minimum order. So, and we're working on that margarita truck. Someone told me about the margarita truck. There is one. I think it's called Bev something, but we're working on that too. HR was a little bit like not sure. They wanted to give me permission for that one. And then according to Jackie Harb, I'm in charge of all the bad jokes at Oaknall. And then random things, at Oaknall, your job is to do whatever the resident needs. Doesn't matter if it's wellness related or not. If there's something you need done and I'm there, I go do it. If I can't do it, I figure out someone else to go do it for me. But that's our job at Oaknall. We all wear different hats, not just me. Everybody at Oaknall is that way. Steve Rowe comes down, has had to come down and help me in the swimming pool sometimes. That's just how it works at Oaknall. So whenever you wear the Oaknall name tag that should be right here, but I can't find right now. So I have this one on today. Whenever you wear that Oaknall name tag, your job is to serve the residents. Go ahead. Oh, that's right. Yeah. I am in charge of the Oaknall clothing. All of this stuff is self-inflicted, it's all my idea. And then, so once a year in October, we do a big giant order for Oaknall clothing. And if I didn't wear my Oaknall clothing today, but we have lots of cool clothes. You guys see Steve Cuppy wearing Oaknall clothing all the time. I feel like every time I come here, he's wearing an Oaknall clothing. It all started because the fitness staff, we were wearing these cool Under Armour shirts that had Oaknall on them because I wanted regular fitness clothes that had the Oaknall logo on it, and everybody loved it. So then we started using that as a prize for our Team Blue wellness program, and then all of the residents wanted it. So now we order through a company out of wherever, small town Iowa, Carroll, Iowa, and we order Oaknall clothes. So we have long sleeve shirts, we have tank tops, we've ordered sweatpants, we've ordered coats. Jackie, you have that nice stripy top, very attractive Oaknall clothing. So jackets, yep. Mm-hmm. So in October, I did do it twice a year. I'm not doing it twice a year anymore. It's always a big job, so we get about 150 items ordered each October, and I try to get it going in October so that we can order it in November so that we can receive it in the first part of December in case people are buying it for a Christmas gift. So yeah, good one. That's all of my spiel. So do you guys have any questions for me or suggestions? I'm always open to suggestions, fun things that you want to have happen. Yes. Oh, an Oaknall. Yeah. So for those of you who are not in this room, the Oaknall calendar was brought up. That's been over 10 years now. So I don't know I do remember specifically how that came up. Sue Strauss, again, she brought up having an Oaknall swimsuit calendar. And so it was all of these fun guys, Bump Elliott and Bob Soper and Bob Engel and Stan Barber. They all said they'd pose for the Oaknall swimsuit calendar. And so sure enough, we made an Oaknall swimsuit calendar, and it was a big hit. And Bob Engel told me the best story. His daughter had put it up in her cubicle at work, and Human Resources asked her to take it down. And he said it was the best compliment he'd ever received. So that was the men's Oaknall calendar. It was a blustery winter day when it finally came out, and we had all the men sitting at the table, and then all the people bought their calendars, and all the men autographed them, and we had champagne and wine, and it was such a fun day. So not to be outdone, the ladies wanted their own Oak Knoll swimsuit calendar. But that was a little tricky because they were not about to pose in a swimsuit. So I had a friend, Julie Beasley, in case anybody knows her, Dr. Beasley's daughter. Is Julie still in town? Do you know? I haven't seen her in years. She helped me. Her sister is a phenomenal graphic designer for magazines and stuff. So we took all of these old-fashioned models. So name some models that I can't think of. Sophia Loren, Marilyn Monroe, all these ladies from back in the day in their beautiful swimsuits, and then we just photoshopped in their faces. So that was so much fun. And so we had the lady in her normal clothes dressed up on one side, and then the actual photo of the woman with the head photo cropped in. And then we had a big, huge gala that night. We had it in the Oak Dining Room because that was before spring was built. And we had Miss January come out and Miss February come out. We had a red carpet, and we got the football team to come and wear tuxedos, and these big, giant men were walking out with, I always remember Goosty, because Goosty was probably 100. Let's see. Not quite 100 because it was 10 years ago, about 98 at the time. As she came out, she was Miss January. So here's little Goosty and these two big, giant tuxedo men. And those football players had the time of their lives, and so did our Oak Knoll people. So that really has been the best of all of the fun things I've done at Oak Knoll. The women's swimsuit calendar still is that top one. It was so much fun. And I was out to here pregnant, but that was the most fun. So maybe we ought to bring that back. Who wants to sign up for the swimsuit calendar? Raise your hand. Oh, and then, be all right, I got to take her. I've got January, now I got 11 to go. And then the other thing I haven't... Well, we can still Photoshop. Now, if I know somebody who can get a hold of Julie for me. And then the other thing I've done is the joke books. I haven't done one in a couple years. I think we've done 3 joke books. Oak Knoll, we call it Toes Joke Books. The first year, it was a big hit, and then 2 or 3 years later, Pat wanted to edit the jokes before I actually gave them to people. So I still remember giving her the book, sitting there at her desk, and she would look and she'd read it. She'd go, and then she'd cross it off. So then I'd go on to the next joke book. So those jokes were a little tamer. So I think that was the first 2. And then Pat, she retired, and Steve took the job. And then I waited a year or 2 before I put Steve under the pressure. He didn't do this as much. So I got away with a little bit more on the last joke book. So that has been 3 years ago, maybe. Because it wasn't during the pandemic, and it wasn't the year before that. So we might be due for another Oak Knoll Toes joke book. And she wouldn't let me put Oak Knoll on it anymore. Pat wouldn't let me put the Oak Knoll logo on it because people were buying it and sending it all out to it even made it to France. And she said, no, you can make it Toes jokes, and that's it. No Oak Knoll logo. Nothing that says Oak Knoll can be on the joke book. That's enough of my rambling. Do you guys have any questions for me? Okay. Yes?
I probably should know this, but your hairstylist, going back to
The
the salon,
salon?
lower the standards far enough to attend to what men have enough hair to be cut?
Yes, absolutely. They can. Yeah, they can cut men's hair that don't have much of it. Absolutely. Good. Well, thanks everybody for coming. It's 5 minutes to 4. I cannot believe I talked that long. Thanks for coming. Please come see me afterwards. Please come say hi to Lindsay in the back, and I'll see you in Toes or some of the classes. I hope I see you soon. Thanks. Thank you.